Hey, y'all.
Welcome to our Plugs Community Connection. I am your host, DJ Kitty Cat, with my sister co-host, Miss Morningstar on WKRA 92.7 FM The Change. If you're looking for the best in news, current events, community outreach programs, and shopping connections, you've come to the right place. We've got a great mix of content and community connections lined up for you this evening, along with special guest interviews. So, grab your favorite drink of choice, turn up the volume, and let's get into it.
Good morning, WKRA 92.7 The Change. It is your morning host and co-host, DJ Kitty and Mrs. Morningstar from Our Plugs, the Community Connection. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Hope everyone rested and spent time with family and, just enjoyed it, relaxed. This is what's important now, relaxing over the weekend to get you prepared for the week. So I pray that everyone had just that, a great weekend. We are here. These are what is this, the last day of June 2025. Boy, the time is flying.
Yes,
My
good morning.
goodness. Good morning, sis. Time waits for no man. So you better get up and do it today. Do whatever it is that you want to do today. Tomorrow's not promised. So get up and do it. I hope you've had your breakfast, maybe some. Oh, let me tell y'all, I had an omelet. It was so good. I'm not gonna shout out the restaurant because they ain't paying me to do that. But that omelet was slamming with no cheese and all vegetables. Ooh, it was delicious. Oh my goodness. Some coffee, orange juice. Come on in, sit down, grab you something good to drink, and let's get into news that you can use and news that you can laugh about, news that'll make you say, wow, really? And then news that'll make you say, my goodness. But we're going to get into it either way. But before we always have to start our mornings off with a morning affirmation, a affirmation that's going to get us going, something that's going to remind us that we're going to be all right. We're going to be okay. We are going to get through this like we get through everything else. And we get those morning affirmations from our affirmation queen, and that is Mrs. Morningstar. Hey, honey.
Hey, y'all, good morning. Happy
Morning.
Monday. Starting off the week, like she said, it's the last day of June. How the
Yeah,
months fly.
blew
Whew.
by.
So we are heading into July. So I wanted to, since today is Coach's Corner, where we have some wonderful coaches that come up and give us some great nuggets to help us with our confidence and boosting our energy. I wanted to read this affirmation about boosting confidence, self care and wellness, and just some things that you can do to eliminate negative talk about yourself, build competency skills, and also cultivate positive relationships. So let's go ahead and get into it. Knowing all of that, you can achieve these through self care, positive self talk, challenging negative thoughts, and celebrating achievements. So the first one is going to be about self care and well being. Prioritize health, physical health. Spend time in nature. Practice mindful and meditation. Number two, challenge negative self talk. Make sure you avoid that. Become aware of reoccurring negative thoughts and refrain from negative thoughts. Replace negative self talk with more positive, realistic affirmations. And practice positive self talk. Speak kindly and encourage yourself. Number three, build competence and skills. Identify strengths and interests. Focus on activities where you excel or you have a passion for. Set achievable goals. Celebrate small victories. acknowledging and appreciating your progress, no matter how small.
Mm-hmm.
Step outside your comfort zone. I preach that a lot. Challenge yourself to new things and learn new skills. Number four, cultivate positive relationships. Nurture supportive relationships. Surround yourself with people who uplift you and encourage you. Be kind and compassionate. Treat yourself and others with kindness and understanding. Practice assertiveness. Learn to express your needs and opinions respectfully. Number five, number five, other helpful strategies. Dress well. Taking care of your appearance can boost your confidence. You don't have to spend a lot of money to dress nice.
Mm-mm.
It's not always about having the new designer items, new designer kicks. You can bargain shop and still look fabulous. Okay.
Absolutely.
Keep your promises. Fulfilling commitments. Every small one can build trust in yourself. And learn from mistakes. View setbacks as opportunities for growth and learning. And that is boosting your confidence.
I like all of them. I think number 4 was my favorite. But yes, thank you for that, And we're going to be all right. And the confidence is a must.
Yes.
Yeah, there's so many things that you can always find something negative, but look for the positive, search
Yes.
it out. We've got
Mm-hmm.
enough negativity already. Open your eyes, turn on the news, and there it is. So try to find the positive, even if it's a small things like,
Mm-hmm.
your child learned how to tie their shoe, something small,
Something
or
small is a win.
anything small is a win. A win is a win.
A win is a win. You can't
As
take it away from you.
as long as you don't cheat. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Or
I'm a,
steal.
or steal. Let me just leave it at that, because we're gonna stay positive, but no cheating, no stealing, no names. We ain't mentioning no names, Fat Nixon. All right. So Holly Springs, we're gonna hop right into the weather.
All
But
right.
before we get into the weather, I just want to alert everyone that there is a tropical storm brewing in the Gulf. Um, I hate to even report this, but I need everyone to be aware. Anytime I see anything brewing in the Gulf that's going may affect the southern states, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, I must report on it. Florida too. I have family and friends in Florida, not so much as well as DeSantis, but everyone else I am concerned with, except the Republicans. Anywho, so Tropical Storm Barry, it has formed in the Gulf, and so we're going to keep a serious eye on that because it has been raining nonstop. It feels like the entire month of June it has rained in Texas, which our lakes and our rivers we need it, but enough is enough. Don't not too much because it does flood here, and no, we don't want any of that. But Holly Springs today, you have a high of 88, a low of 72. 42% chance of rain. Is going to be cloudy with storms in the afternoon. So brace yourselves, take an umbrella, put your hat on, just brace yourself because it is coming. Winds are out of the west southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Humidity is at 76% in the morning, 94% in the evening, which is going to be extremely muggy. The rain and then the humidity. Oh my goodness. Mosquito risk is severe. We know. Yeah. Pollen, grass pollen is high, tree pollen is low, and ragweed pollen is medium. Air quality is good. Be cautious because the flu is still active. So mask up in large crowds. You hear somebody sneezing, you hear somebody coughing, hold your breath. I do. I'm going to hold my breath and I'm going to run as fast as I can away from that person because the spray. And I don't care if they do cover, you know, it's still going to spray. So, yeah, wear a mask in large crowds. Memphis, Tennessee. Boy, Memphis. It will be 91 today, a low of 73 with 45% chance of rain. partly cloudy with scattered showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Winds are out of the southwest from 5 to 10 miles per hour. Humidity is at 70% in the morning, 88% in the evening. Again, muggy. Mosquito risk is severe. Pollen, grass pollen is high, tree pollen is low, and ragweed is a medium. And your air quality is good. And I will say the same as far as the flu for Memphis, Tennessee, as I do for Holly Springs and everywhere else. Although, for whatever reason, they won't give us the numbers for Memphis, Tennessee. I don't know. I don't know what that's about. It sounds like something that Trump or RFK have, you know, had their fingers in, and they're not reporting in certain areas on the flu. Y'all know how they do. Anywho, Houston, Texas, hot Houston, high of 93 today, low of 77 with the 20% chance of rain, which is finally, thank you. It's going to be sunny and cloudy, remix, little sun, little clouds, just in and out. We may or may not have thunderstorms. So it's 20% now. They don't really know. Meteorologists is just a guess. They do put most science is behind it, but ultimately Mother Nature is going to do what she wants to do. Winds are out of the south-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Humidity is at 66% in the morning and 60% in the evening. Mosquito risk is very high. Yeah, we know. And air quality is good. Grass pollen is low. I'm sorry, medium. And ragweed is low. There's no tree pollen reported as of today.
Let me say something about the
Sure, go ahead.
mosquitoes.
Here we go.
So today my husband told me, now we've been like leaving buckets out because it's been raining so much to collect rainwater to have for later, for maybe for the garden. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he said he had went out the other day to collect the bucket with the rainwater, and it was these little microorganism things just swimming in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "What is that?" So he took a picture of it, Googled it, and searched it. It's the mosquitoes getting ready to form.
Yeah.
That quick in the water. So if you're doing that, maybe you need to
Put a
fill
lid
it up and then bring your buckets in your garage or something.
Even if you bring them in the garage, they're going to still come in.
They'll form in there.
Uh-huh. So what you do is if you put a lid on it, simply because mosquitoes, they nest in water.
Mm-hmm.
So they
It's
always say
nesting.
don't any standing water, because that's how mosquitoes form. It's like they need the water to,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
breathe.
Maybe we could
So
just, I'll let them
put a
know to
lid
put
on
the
it.
lid on top of it.
Mhm.
Because I didn't know that. I know that they breathe through water, but I never seen it. Never seen the breathing process. And he was like, "What is that?" Because it was like quick. And they were nesting. And
It
it was
takes no time. Yeah.
crazy.
We are below sea level in Houston, and it feels like a swamp to me.
It's
Most
hot.
times.
It's
It's hot.
muggy.
It's muggy.
Sticky.
So yeah, mosquitoes, this is their heaven. Hey, more rain, please. And that's why it's so severe. And the more rain we get, that's the more mosquitoes that breed out. So I know we have mosquito trucks that go through the neighborhood.
They do.
Yes.
Yeah. And they'll spray.
They do spray, but sometimes I feel like they're feeding them because they spray and it really doesn't.
They might have, what do we call it?
Adapted
to it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't put anything up past it, but I heard a story of this lady who got arrested. She got stopped at the airport on her way back to Russia, and she was taking, of all things in the world, she was taking frog embryos to Russia. She was smuggling them to Russia. So you just say to yourself, now, why would anyone need frog embryos to take to Russia? The only thing that I could think of is, to disrupt the ecosystem. I don't put anything past anybody nowadays, especially after we've had, these last, 10 years. Yes, you're right, Priscilla. I see you over on YouTube. Yes. Frog embryos. Why would you need frog embryos from the United States to go to Russia? What are you going to do with those embryos? And if you, whatever you're going to do with those embryos when you bring them back, because why would you take them? You have frogs in Russia, don't you? So why would you take them?
That's so
And,
weird.
uh-huh.
What was she gonna do with them? I
No, we
mean,
don't know. She got arrested though. Yeah.
okay.
Weird.
Mm,
So
very weird.
yeah, that was just a story that I heard over the weekend. I was watching, I think I heard it on the news actually, that she had been arrested. A young lady, she was going back to her home country and she had been here for a while working and she had smuggled frog embryos.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Mm.
I
You never know what these
you
people
never
gonna be
know.
doing. I'm just
Let's just keep it a buck.
let's
We have no
keep your eyes to the streets, y'all. Keep your ears open. People
yes.
are doing it is
A lot.
strange times we are
Yeah.
living in.
Doing the most.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can go ahead and hop right into news. You can use.
Might as well.
We may as well. Um, do you want to start or do you want me to?
Go ahead. You can start out. You started with the frog lady. Call her
Yeah, the
frog
frog
lady.
lady. I may as
Frog
well
lady.
stay with amphibians. So there are protests happening in Florida due to DeSantis putting together this alligator Alcatraz that he got funded by the federal government to put migrants in. I'm not going to call them illegal because a lot of people that they're arresting aren't illegal. How would you know if they're legal or not? How would you know? Just by
They
looking at
don't know.
you don't. You
They
don't.
just doing criminal activity out here. You got people infiltrating ICE at the moment. So we don't know who is who. So
We
at this point, y'all are fraudulent to me. Until
all of
you can start showing some identification
you
and
can't come
who
up to my house. You
you
cannot come.
no.
No. This is Texas. It stands your ground. I
Yeah.
don't know you. But I did see a video of some Haitians, because now they're going after the Haitians now that he
And
has
now it starts.
now it's starting. So I saw a group of Haitians, they pulled up to a neighborhood. I don't know what they thought was going to happen, but they pulled up to a neighborhood and it went down. Them Haitians, baby. If
First of
you read
all,
Black AF,
Kitty, how you identify Haitian? I look Haitian.
I look Haitian. I'm black.
How you
Haitians look.
identify who
Haitians are
Haitian?
brown
We
people.
African, so
Mhm. And they pulled up to the neighborhood, and the entire neighborhood came out. And baby, it was one of the ICE agents got picked up and boom, body flip.
oh,
Yeah.
oh,
The other one tried to grab a woman, and I don't know what he was thinking because it was like 20 people jumped on it.
oh.
Get from over here.
Where
Because
was
what
this
we got,
at?
Florida.
Mm.
Yeah.
Got to be more careful when
You
you
need
come
to
from my people. First of all, do you know the story? Do you know the history of the Haitian
about
people?
Haitians, baby. You're messing with the wrong people. You're messing with the wrong ones.
You may want to turn around, go out, and think about it. I know y'all ain't here listening. I know y'all listening. You may want to back your car up, turn around, and think twice.
Think twice, maybe 3 times. Because just because you think you can pull up in a neighborhood and pull some folks out because somebody told you that they were Haitians and, we're going after the Haitians. Maybe you don't know who you playing with.
Sugar ain't always sweet.
It's not.
It ain't always sweet. Sometimes it get a little sour, and y'all come up in somebody's neighborhood trying to think you gonna snatch folk up.
Oh, whomever they were, they got in their vehicles and they left. Then I saw another article where
Might not even been nice.
it may not have been, but I bet you. But if they were ICE, you would think that they would call in reinforcements. But
That's what I'm saying.
Got in their
You got in your
vehicles
car and left. So who
Yeah.
were you? Because you would have had, if you were real law enforcement, you would have called backup,
You would
right?
have called backup. Them Haitians gave it to them, baby.
Good.
You better leave folks alone.
Good.
And I don't condone violence, but I would just say this:
I condone protecting yourself at all
stand your
costs.
ground.
Stand your
I
ground.
don't care what nationality you are. Unless they can present a badge, baby, I'm not going with you. And me and mines, we gets down.
You stranger danger. I don't know you.
Stranger danger.
Yeah.
I'm not going with you.
Absolutely not.
And then in California, when all the ice vans and trucks that pulled up, they had tow trucks waiting on them and towed their vehicles because they were parked illegally. Stop messing with folks.
Oh my God, I love it. You know what? I love the pushback as it should be. Fight back.
I mean, you haven't identified yourself.
We don't know y'all.
We don't know who you are.
And people may have been born last night, but they won yesterday. They not stupid. These people are smart. We are not an oppressed as far as our intelligence. We know a lot of things, and we ain't stupid. We know enemies.
I know my rights.
And we know our rights. Exactly.
I know my rights. And you can't just pull up on folks and say, I'm looking for this person. Who are you?
Yeah,
and what
exactly.
They're getting a list from immigration, the ones who have to go to court. And that's what they're doing. Somebody is giving them that list from the immigration office, showing them when they're supposed to show up for court.
It's a leak.
Yes, it's a leak. And some people aren't going. So I guess they figured they were going to pull up to this Haitian neighborhood and go get them. I bet you they won't do that again.
I bet you won't.
Anywho, let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break. It's time for a quick break, and then we'll come back and finish up with the news. It did.
Okay.
We were talking about the weather and frog embryos, and oh my goodness, why? Why frog embryos? Tell me something. I don't know. Anywho, you are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Welcome to Morningstar Boutique, where the sun is shining and the style is all about you, your beauty, confidence, and individuality. Whether that's your perfect summer dress, a chic jumpsuit, or outfit you didn't know you needed, we've got you. Stop by ourplugs.com and check us out. We'll see you soon.
Welcome to a world that sparkles. Sparkle Kicks LLC is your one-stop shop for a wide variety of customized items. So bling out your Crocs. Customize that cutting board. Get you custom dominoes. Stop by and we will customize your order today. We can be found on Etsy and Our Plugs LLC. I'll be waiting to customize your order. All you need to do is place it.
Yeah, I think, unfortunately, man, a lot of men would rather be miserable than vulnerable. And rewind.
Let me sit over here. I don't want to sit by him.
A lot of men would rather be miserable than vulnerable. And what I mean by that is a lot of us suffer from the I'm cool syndrome. I'm good syndrome. When in reality, we know exactly what it is that we want from you, and we be hoping that you figuring it out one day instead of us just sitting you down and saying, look, baby, I need this from you. And a lot of women, especially a woman that's in a relationship, a woman that loves you, if you're able to have that kind of open communication, say, baby, I need, again, not want, not would like, not possibly, I need this from you. She gonna make it her mission to meet you there.
And I'd like you to do one more thing for me. Hold up two fingers. This is you, and this is me, and the space that exists between us should be filled with value.
Equal, a global human initiative, and its value identity model.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. So we are back. We're still reporting on the news you can use. Only have a few more. There was the former Minnesota speaker, Melissa Hartman. Her husband and her dog were laid to rest over the weekend. God rest their souls. President Joe Biden and VP Harris did attend the services, and Tim Walz was a pallbearer. I have not even heard a single comment from the president.
Not one. Not one.
Not,
This I ain't surprised.
I'm not surprised
I'm
either. I
not
mean,
surprised.
disappointed, yes.
We joke and we laugh, but we're serious at the same time. We're not dealing with a regular human being with empathy. We are dealing with and I say this with all my chest, a demonic force. I'm not gonna say he's the antichrist, as some people believe in the antichrist. I don't know. I don't know fully, but he definitely has a lot of the traits of that. As far as what I've learned in my life, growing up, and I wouldn't expect someone as evil as him to come and show any empathy because they're the enemies to him. Democrats are the enemies. And it's sad that this is the commander in chief. Instead of taking care of the whole entirety of the United States, he is looking at it as a division between Republicans, MAGA, and Democrats.
Yeah, and it's sad. What about Americans?
He don't
Why
care. He
can't we
don't.
just be Americans, regardless to whatever your political views are? When you take that oath, or you took that oath, even though he didn't put his hand on the Bible because, hey, he didn't want to. You're supposed to be, you were elected, quote unquote, and I say that loosely, elected to be president of the United States, not just MAGA, because he doesn't even care about Republicans at this point. You know,
because they are about to be, well, hurt by this bill, this legislation, which kind of is going to lead me into one of my topics. So
you can go ahead and lead.
So, one of the senators, Tom Tillis, won't be seeking re-election after opposing Trump's tax bill. The big, beautiful bullcrap bill is what we call it. We call it a lot of things, but I'm gonna say crap for the radio. You know, he has bullied everybody in his own party to basically, whether if you don't vote with me, then I'm going to ruin your career. I'm going to ruin you. Then those are the quid pro quos, the type of stuff that he's doing, illegal things he's doing currently as we speak, as we wait on the Senate to pass this garbage, which they will, because
I don't know.
They're spineless.
Not right
They're
now.
spineless. They're
You
spineless.
know, we shall see. We shall see.
I think they're gonna pass it. They're spineless. They have no backbone. Surprise me. Make me wrong.
I would like to be wrong.
I want to be wrong. I would love to be wrong on this and say that somebody got some cojones and said absolutely not. Well, apparently this senator, who's a senator from North Carolina, he decided he's not going to run. So I mean, that leaves us an open ticket for 2026 election. North Carolina, buckle up,
Senator.
Get ready.
That is the second one, because Mark Green is resigning. He resigned last week, and he was from Tennessee. He's a
red state, y'all.
Yeah, red states. Because they know that their constituents need the benefits that you're taking away. You know, not to even mention, okay, we get the Medicaid and the food, and we've heard that they're trying to put it back in the bill and they're stripping it. You know, they don't want him to do this, but he's going to do what he wants to do. You know, if you pass that, he's going to do what he wants to do. And a lot of, and I have no love for Republicans, period. But some of them are stepping up and saying that their constituents will not survive. But Mitch the Glitch said, oh, well, they'll get over it.
Yeah. The Glitch, who got 1 foot in the graveyard.
And 1 foot out.
And 1 foot on the banana. He almost there, y'all.
He got 1 foot in the grave.
But he's sitting up here.
And 1 on the banana peel. And he said they'll get over it. But keep in mind, he has free health care for the rest of his life, however long that is. That's why they get in office and they stay for forever. There should be term limits. Get them up out of there. You are 1,000 years old. You probably don't even know how to work your iPhone. If you do, I'm very surprised. You probably know how to call off of it. You don't even understand how social media works. You have no idea what the younger generation is even about, but you want to dictate to how they're supposed to live for the rest of their lives.
Unbelievable, y'all.
And you get a salary and free health care that we pay for the rest of your life.
You have excellent health care. I'm talking about top-notch health care.
So American citizens pay for your free health care for the rest of your life, but you tell American citizens to get over it?
They'll get over it.
Oh, okay.
So y'all, just without us saying too much more, you understand why we get on here and talk about this stuff, because this is real deal.
Yes.
This is our lives.
Yes. It's our lives, it's our children's lives, it's our grandchildren's lives, and it's your lives as well. Now, DJ T was flirting with a African reporter over the weekend. Now, I don't know if the Proud Boys and if the KKK, the Triple K, if they know that he was flirting with this African reporter. Her name is Harena Vares. She was at the White House. They were talking and covering the Congo and Rwanda war and trying to, I guess he's trying to put his nose in. He wants to say he helped to end it. But in the midst of that, he was flirting with the reporter and telling her how beautiful she was. I guess Elonia just ain't enough. Elonia, I know you out there listening. You just not enough for him. And
y'all come get y'all man.
Malaria, you know you not.
Melania said, "Send me the money.
Check, purse first.
Check, please. Cash app.
Purse.
No, Zelle. She don't want no cash app. Zelle
okay.
Me.
He must have forgot that he shouldn't be, flirting with a person.
Well, he can't help himself. He's a creep. I mean, he's already been accused of sexual misconduct, assault. About 25 other women have accused him of this. He's in court document papers because he assaulted a 13-year-old back in the early 90s. I mean, he's a creep.
Several children, including little boys.
And he can't help himself. All he says, he'll grab them by the what. So he can't help who the monster that he is. He's a whole monster, but you guys thought it was cool. The people thought it was cool to elect him as their president. These MAGA clowns.
Locker room talk. I don't know of anybody that talks like that in a locker room. And if you do, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You're creepy. You're weird. One last story I wanted to report on before we went to the coaches. The young lady who was brain dead and she delivered her baby. They had her services over the weekend as well. And I want to say to Adriana Smith's family, we're praying for you. I know this was horrible, but there's a state representative who was in the same position, white lady, and she called her governor, and guess what she got? She got a DNC. She was having an ectopic pregnancy, and she got a DNC. Her governor allowed it. So she had the complexion for the protection. Yeah, the hypocrisy of it all. I'm beyond livid. You mean to tell me this young lady who went in at 9 weeks, and you could have saved her life, you had her pass, and then host a child who was born 1 pound 13 ounces and is still in neonatal ICU, and she lost her life. You couldn't give her medical care, but you gave a white lady.
Yeah, they could have gave her medical care when she came in with the headache. When she came in and said she was having the worst headache she ever had in her life, and you sent her home with medication. That's just where it started. The improper care of Black women. We've always, if we don't advocate and fight for our own health care, we will not get no health care. They sent that young nurse home to die in her home, and that is what happened. And I send prayers and condolences to her family and her son, her young baby that is out here now with motherless. She has two children right now.
And
we don't know if it's gonna make it, but
I pray that he does. You know, I pray that he.
The 5-year-old who is now without a mom that he's only known. So it's sad. I had a couple more stories, but I know we're running on time.
No, go ahead.
So I'm gonna be quick with it. Shanteria Young, the daycare owner who shot her husband when she learned he was sexually abusing children at the facility, has now been released from prison. Good news.
Good news.
She shouldn't have never seen a day behind bars. She stood on business.
That's
she didn't know she married a pervert, a creep.
A creep.
And when she found out, this is in Baltimore County, she did half of her time. She shot her husband. I don't know. Did he unalive?
Yeah, he unalive.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's one less bad apple. Yeah, you touch children, you got to go, bro.
You gotta go.
You gotta go. Don't play with the babies. Okay?
I don't care who you are. You gotta...
Absolutely not. Yeah. Georgia man.
Whew. Go and get it
Georgia
out.
Man arrested after shooting his uncle for eating his honey bun.
Oh, Lord. Wow.
Michael Crowley, 29-year-old African-American man from DeKalb County, Georgia, is charged with murder. He killed his uncle.
He killed his uncle over a honey bun?
Shooting his uncle, 48-year-old Roger Crowley, during an argument over a honey bun. Crowley got upset when he found out his uncle ate his honey bun from the refrigerator. A witness told Michael to calm down, leave the house. Instead, he returned shortly and opened fire, shooting his uncle 4 times. What is wrong with these people?
A honey bun?
Then after the shooting, he leaves and runs in the woods and calls 911 himself and told the dispatcher he was hiding in the woods nearby.
Oh my God.
This mental illness is real. When you can go and and take your family or anybody in this world over a honey bun, yeah. I just wanted to put that out there because I ain't gonna need to spend too much time on this because this is sad.
The whole family is tore up.
It's devastating, but it's also like, what in the heck is happening in these United States where you are to the extreme of killing somebody over a honey bun? They 50 cents or $1?
I would have bought him one. I
would have got you a box.
Bro. I would have got the whole box.
Could have got you a box. Could have got you good. Went to Sam's Club or went to Costco, not Sam's Club. We don't go there. Costco and got you a month's supply.
Yeah, I would have done it for you. You know,
that was rage, and I don't know if there's something else tied behind that because that don't seem like just a honey bun. Yeah. Your uncle?
Yeah, that's rage, but you know, he's gonna have to spend some time thinking about it, and then he's gonna have to live the rest of his life.
Oh yeah, he ain't never gonna see the light of day. They ain't gonna let him.
No, he'll probably do. Maybe he'll probably get out when he's about in his 50s. You know, he'll give him about 20 years.
Yeah, they gonna get. I don't know. They might. I don't know. It was like the way he did it wasn't like a one shot. It was pop, 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 you know. Yeah. So it was like
they're charging him with murder.
It might be malice.
Yeah, that's horrible.
He left and came back.
Yeah, so it was premeditated.
Yeah, so you know, prayers to the family. Hope they are able to pull through this, and we gonna just guys. We gotta get some mental health in our community.
Yes,
we really do. We really do.
Over a honey bun,
ain't nothing ever that serious.
Ever.
Anyhow, I'm done. I'm gonna leave it there.
That one took me out because my goodness. And then I laughed at first because I didn't know the
Well,
man.
I laughed too when I read it the first time. I mean, the honey bun part was just ridiculous. But to know that somebody lost their life behind the honey bun is just,
You know, it's sad, but then I think about the grandparents and I think about his sister,
yeah.
this
I
young man's
mean,
mother, the
granted, we don't know
family.
the normal thoughts, but we don't know what this family, system is set up as. We would think on a normal level, like, oh, auntie, brothers, sisters, mothers. We don't know. So,
It's sad.
yeah.
Anywho, I'm praying to the family, because
Exactly,
I
Priscilla.
can't even
Over the
wrap my
honey
mind
bun.
around that one. Let's
Yeah.
go ahead and bring the coaches up and
I
let's.
ain't messing with nobody's buns. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, look,
Hello, good morning, ladies. Good morning.
Hey, gorgeous. How you doing,
beautiful.
girl?
Good. First of all, y'all giving face and lips. I've been looking at both of y'all lipstick. Kitty, yours, Morningstar, yours. Thank y'all.
Thank you. How you
Thank
been?
you.
Great.
Good,
Yes.
good.
Oh, I'm solo today, but I took some notes for y'all. So everybody that's watching, I got some good stuff for y'all.
Good.
Y'all see the title? We're breaking through the mid-year slump because there is such a thing. And you all have heard of seasonal depression before, right?
Yeah.
The mid-year, it's just like that. It's just like that. But people don't realize that that's something that happens to them. A lot of times we're like, oh, why do I feel like this? It's check in with yourself real quick. But I got a whole lot of notes over here on the side. So y'all get y'all notebooks out because this is good.
Okay.
Before we get started, let's reflect on last week.
Yes.
Hold on. Let me sit up because I was kind of like leaning up. Let me sit up. Let's get into it.
Oh wait,
Okay.
did y'all get y'all stuff?
Yes, ma'am.
What happened?
And I'm gonna tell you, I feel lighter than I've ever, baby, light as a feather. Now I'm gonna tell y'all.
The conversations I was having with myself in the middle of the night was real. It was like, Lord.
That's
Did you take it at night? Y'all took it at night?
I take mine at night, and I'm good.
For me, it's mid-afternoon when I'm leaving work because I want to be able to come home, and it take my system a little longer for some. Always like that. Okay. Always been that way. But when it hit.
But was it gentle though?
Yes, it was gentle.
Okay, good.
So for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, if you didn't tune in last Monday, we did a 36-hour fast. I only lasted 30 hours. I'm proud of myself.
I'm proud of you. 30 hours?
She did better than me. I probably
first time.
Probably got about to 20 something, but it was
hard.
24 hours is death. So if you surpass that, then
I did 30 hours. And then after that, I said I have to eat. But in those 30 hours, I was drinking. I have a big 64-ounce cup of water, and I drank all of it. So I stayed relatively full all day.
Yeah, the water did help.
Now, I will say I have not gone to the bathroom 30 times a day ever in my life. I was back and forth to the restroom. And but I'm glad because you think about it. If we're always just shoveling food in, shoveling drinks in, if you partake in alcohol, you need a good cleanse every once in a while. And I think I'm gonna do it once a month. But I'm still in my 14 days of the colon cleanser. And baby, the colon cleanser, I'm not gonna give them. I'm just like Leslie. I'm not gonna shout out their name because I'm not getting paid to do so. But if anybody wants to hit me up and hit me up on Our Plugs, I will share that way. The colon cleanse. It is a smooth cleanse, no issues. But every meal that I ate after that, I instantly, within I'd say 30 minutes, I'm back to the bathroom expelling it. So that's what you need to do. You're supposed to use the restroom like that. Food in is your body's supposed to take the nutrients and then expel it, not hold on to it.
Right.
If you're holding on to it for days at a time, you need a good cleanse. And now I feel a lot better, which is preparing me for the workouts that I'm about to start. But Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, it's toxic waste. We all should do some type of cleanse like that at least once a month because we've all been constipated before. We've all had hard BMs, and that's because it's literally sticking in there. It's sticking in there. So you need something to help break it down so that it comes out. And so much toxic waste comes out when you do these cleanses. Have y'all noticed any weight loss?
Yeah, I have.
Yes.
I haven't
You
even
haven't checked.
tried to see it, but I like to wait it out.
But if
And
you
I
feel
like
it,
to
then it
feel it in
probably
my
did.
clothes.
Then,
I
yeah,
like to. I'm
definitely.
a person that I know when I put on something, and I be like, okay, there it is, because those inches outweigh the weight to me all the time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I weighed myself after like 4 days, so I'm happy with the progress, and
Oh
I'm
yeah.
continue on. You know, and we have Melbo in the comments saying she needs to gain weight, and you can gain weight. You just have to do it healthy. There's a
Yeah.
healthy way. You don't want
Is
to just.
Melbo training for something? Melbo wants to gain weight for, or just is
She's just tall and thin.
I think she
okay.
lost a lot of weight at one point. I think she
Yes.
said it was too much. So
Yeah.
now
She's
she wants
underweight
to.
now.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, you lost weight due to
On
stress.
protein, I would say something like, go easy with it because the worst thing we want to do is gain weight. I used to be super, super skinny. Like I'm just coming back down off of being 240 plus pounds. I'm 148. But we have to like do these things for ourselves. We have to do these things for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But be careful with the gaining the weight. Do the protein things, take it slow, because what I did was I thought I got too skinny and I was about to start picking up weight again. And we have to pay attention to our age too. It's harder to lose that weight. And now that I'm thin again, I'm still dealing with my hips. I have issues with my hips, my knees. They still crack very badly because I was quite heavy. And I think I stayed that way because people were like, "Oh, you're so tall. You don't even look like you're that big." And I just kept on eating. So I feel you, Melbo, but get you some protein bars. You're going to be okay. And some, I love, should I shout out these people? I'm learning from y'all. Should I shout these people out because I'm not being paid? I'll just tell y'all later.
It's up to you.
I'll tell y'all later. We're not getting nothing for free on Outplugs. I'll tell y'all later about it. But yeah, definitely. Protein shakes. I got some stuff that I could send to her or refer to her so that she can take, depending on how much she wants to gain. But it's
good because she's one of our family, so we'll definitely share it with her.
Yeah, it's definitely some products out there and stuff that you can do at home.
Absolutely, the healthy way.
Yes, the healthy way.
So let's get into breaking through that mid-year slump. Oh, I spelled that all the way wrong, but
we knew what you meant.
Yeah, I know. I'll go back and correct it. Go ahead.
But so I'm gonna look at my notes up here. But yeah, so basically I wanted to talk about today because we are nearing the month of July and it is the middle of the year. This year has flown by so freaking fast.
Yes.
Already. I feel like we was just saying Happy New Year.
Were.
There are a lot of people facing the mid-year slump, just like we face seasonal depression. But if you can identify your mid-year slump, usually you can avoid the seasonal depression because that usually comes around fall. So if we tackle what we have going on right now, it's easier for us to get on top of what's going to happen during the cooler months. Because what happens is it gets dark. It starts to get dark sooner. We have daylight savings and people start to get really sad around. That's why it's called seasonal depression. It's usually around fall and winter months. So if we tackle mid-year slump, then we're prepared for later. So some of the things that I broke down for you guys is how to combat the mid-year slump. It's thundering out here. Did y'all hear that? It was really loud next to me just now. But some of the ways that you can do that is revisit the why behind why you started your goals. For everybody that set goals the beginning of the year, everybody does New Year's resolutions. So for everybody that set goals at the beginning of the year, and maybe it's going a little slow. I know I did for my businesses and things like that. And so whenever I notice I'm not getting the progress that maybe I expected or anticipated from whatever it was that I planned out doing, I go back and I revisit, okay, why did I start this? Because sometimes we have to go back and fix those things because what we decided for January might not work again for us in July. So it's okay to go back and revisit those things. I have some tools to overcome burnout and get back on track. So I'll share those with you guys later. Mindset shifts to turn perceived failures into feedback. That is on my list. Realignment versus quitting. And that goes back to revisiting. When you revisit what you started, you'll also realign what you started instead of quitting it and throwing it all out. Creating a simple mid-year reset ritual. I love that. So now let me switch my page. Let me switch my page real quick. All right, cool.
Mid-year ritual.
Yes, yep. I broke that down over here too. Yeah. So the creating the mid-year reset ritual. You guys, I love talking about rituals. I'm gonna get comfortable. I love spirituality. When we talk about rituals, all it is, it's the same thing as doing an affirmation. You're just adding something physical, something tangible that you can touch to it. So something you can see, because we can talk to ourselves all the time, right? But it's nice when you can see something or see a nice message. So that and something that you can touch on. So that's what we have to do with the ritual. So I sit to light a candle, grab your journal, put your phone on do not disturb, reflect on what's working and what's not. Whatever it is that you're doing, it could be personal, it could be professional. Reflect on what's working and what's not, and what you want to work the next 6 months, what you want the next 6 months to look like. So that's what create a mid-year reset ritual. That's that. So let me scroll back up to revisiting your why. So when you lose your motivation, it's usually because you've disconnected from the reason you started. Like I was saying, we usually forget. We'll plant a seed and just be like, okay, just grow. Just grow. What do you mean you're not growing? I planted that already. No, sometimes you have to go back. You might have to fix the soil a little bit because the seed's not growing. It's not producing what you thought it was going to be. But we evolve, things evolve. You have to go back and we pausing?
Yeah, go ahead and finish.
Commercial.
Yeah,
You can
go ahead and finish.
You sure? Okay, I'll just finish the bottom of that. So ask yourself, what did this goal represent for me then, and what the goal represents for you now, and what were you hoping to feel from setting that goal? What were you hoping to achieve from setting that goal?
Okay,
yeah,
that's a good stopping point. We'll be right back. What we're doing is we're talking about breaking through the mid-year slump. But we're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. You're listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7. Hold tight.
Hey guys, yes, this is my nonprofit, Carter's Caring Hands. And what my nonprofit does, we give fresh food boxes to those families in need that's struggling to keep food on their tables. We also go out into the unhoused community, give out care bags here in the Kalamazoo, Michigan area. So if you'd like to donate to the cause, please go to www.carterscaringhands.com and donate whatever you can. So we together can uplift those families that's struggling to keep food on their tables. Highly appreciate it. God bless.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ashley Middleton, life and executive leadership coach and owner of Radiate Coaching and Development, where we provide transformational, strength-based coaching and mentorship. My goal specifically is to support you in identifying your mission, your vision, and your values that help you take your power back as you are building your career. Whether it's within or outside of the corporate world, my goal is to really empower you in making decisions that work well for you. So if you want to reach out to me, by all means, you can email me at radiate@midspiration.com or check out my website at radiatecoaching.com.
Hi,
www.saysomething.biz, and let's say something together.
Opal May Simplistic Beauty is hair care and skincare in a bottle. Take a quick survey and let us design your own formula. Go to ourplugs.com, look for Opal May Simplistic Beauty, and we can get your formula out to you as soon as possible. We hope to hear from you soon. Have a great day. And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection. This morning we are talking to Coach Nikki on breaking the mid-year slump. So we left off with revisiting. So go ahead.
Yeah, we left off with revisiting your why. So the next one we're going to talk about is burnout. Everybody's experienced burnout before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, burnout is real, but it's not the end. That's what I captioned this as. Burnout is real, but it's not the end. Burnout does not mean that you're weak. That does not mean stop everything you're doing. Again, I will always say revisit. That literally should be just it for anything that we do. Always revisit. Always revisit your why when you start anything, like I said, professional or personal. So take inventory of what I'm looking at my notes, y'all. Take inventory of what needs to shift, your approach, your expectations, or your support system, because that matters too, you guys. Everybody.
Yeah,
Okay?
I agree.
That definitely matters. You know, your support system is very, very important when you are facing mid-year slump or anything. Turn your failure. This is number 3. Turn your failure into feedback. Maybe you didn't hit your goal yet, but instead of seeing it as a failure, ask, what is this teaching me? The goal is growth, not perfection. Number 4, realignment versus quitting. That was what I mentioned earlier, but I have a breakdown of what that means. Sometimes we think that we've given up on a goal when we've actually outgrown it. That happens, you guys. I've set goals that in January that I'm not even, I just checked them off my list because I'm not interested anymore, because it's just not in alignment with where I am now in June going into July, if that makes any sense. So, you know, some of these things can be thrown out. That does not mean you're quitting on it, you guys. That doesn't mean you're giving up on it. It just doesn't align with you. So it definitely has to be alignment. It has to make sense. What you're doing has got to make sense to the goal that you set for yourself. And when it doesn't, it's okay to take those things off the list. You don't have to do those anymore and create more work for yourself. So it's okay to pivot. Like I said, it's okay to pivot. That's not quitting. That's wisdom. Okay. Yeah. Number 5 is creating the reset. That's the one I was telling you about. And you guys should do that. If everybody, does everybody journal? You journal, Kitty? Morningstar, you journal? Every day?
I don't every day. I don't, but I have before.
Please do that. Please journal every day. It changes.
I'm gonna try.
It changes your life.
I need to fit it in. I need to fit it in.
Yeah, it does change your life. There is something that I do called the 369 affirmation. In the morning, I'll choose an affirmation that I want to tell myself. I am powerful. I am capable, whatever. I'll do that 3 times in the morning. At 12:12, I write it again down for 6 times. At night, I do it 9 times. This helps me with my goals. This helps me with everything. It helps me with structure too, but we have got to do that. And then after that, I go to journaling. And a good friend of mine, she has 5 businesses. She's 3 stores in DC and a few down in Virginia Beach. And she told me, this is what got me back into my journaling. She told me, she said, all of my businesses flourish like this because I put them in this book. She said, I manifested them. I am so happy that my business is so successful. Before they even started flourishing or doing anything, and all of them are popping now. So I'm super big on that now. And I'll journal right now and say, I'm having the greatest day of my life today. And now my brain is looking for opportunities to have the greatest day of my life. I'm going to look for all things good. So that's what we have to do. I love journaling, so I always put that on people. So finally, I do have a call to action. Take 5. How much time do we have?
We have plenty of time. You have about another 15 minutes.
Okay. So take 5 minutes today and write down 3 goals. This is the beginning of the week too, y'all. It's Monday. Y'all can do this. Take 5 minutes today and write down 3 goals you're recommitting to, or 3 new ones that align with who you are now. Post it. You can tag me. Y'all can tag me at CEO Nikki so I can hold you accountable. We love accountability partners. You can post it. You can tag me, and we'll hold each other accountable and finish this year strong. We got 6 months left, and we can do this. And I've noticed, you guys, it's very helpful when I tell people what I'm doing. I know we're big on keeping things quiet until they're done, but if I tell a trusted friend what I'm working on, they'll be calling me and asking me, did I work on it today? Did you touch this today? Did you do that today? And I'm like, oh God, no, I didn't. If I didn't check that off my task list, that's very important. And that goes to the support system, Kitty, like you said. It's very important to have people around you that support your mission.
Absolutely. You know, I think that holding each other accountable, and the fact that if you put it out there, somebody's going to say, hey, you know, where are you on this? And how's that going? And what did you do to, you know, actually get there? So somebody's going to recognize it. So I think that is a great idea. For personal stuff, I just don't post.
Not everything now. Yeah, not everything. For instance, the fasting, this was something private that I was doing. but I really wanted to get this weight off me, Kitty. And I'm like, if somebody knows that I'm supposed to be doing this, slap that burger out my hand when you see it.
Don't
So
slap
I'm
the
going to
burger
tell
out
you.
my hand. Do not slap the burger out my hand. If I got it in my hand, I mean to eat it. Don't slap nothing out. No, I'm just
take that away from me. But I'm just that type of person. You know, you might not be some people are just accountable like that. I feel like my brain is always doing 25 different things with a background song playing. So I need somebody to say, hey, Nikki, did you do that today? Oh, are we still fasting? Like we had Coach Leslie on last week. She holds me super accountable with my health. My health, I'm not going to be lazy. She texted me yesterday. She said, sis, I'm about to walk to Starbucks. Do you want to walk? This is the same person I walked 11 miles with. I ain't never walked 11 miles before, but I'm motivated by her motivation. And then, it's reciprocity. It comes right back. But it definitely helps me. It helps other people. But if you're okay with telling what you're working on, then I say put it out there. But I don't mind. You know what I mean? I don't mind at all. It holds me accountable. It keeps me on track with my stuff. Someone said, Nikki, I missed your post. Now I scheduled all my posts so they come out every day at 9:00.
Yeah.
It's just little stuff like that, that maybe someone's seen me do already. And then I fell off. I just reintroduced my 45-minute breakthrough sessions with Inspired Wellness with my company. It was something that I used to do back in the day. And then I reverted to just getting high ticket clients. And I'm like, I'm not really servicing the community the way I want to service the community with these high ticket clients. People don't have thousands of dollars to spend on a coach. So I went back, I revisited my why, because I'm doing this for the people, right? So if I'm doing this for people, it got to be for the people. The people got to be able to afford it. So what I did was reintroduce my 45-minute breakthrough sessions that are now only $60. And they're ad hoc. You can just go book me if you just want to talk, and that's what we're going to do. But I still offer the 6 to 12 week programs to other people that are really, really dedicated into long-term, long-term commitment, long-term coaching. Other people just want to pop in and say, hey, Nick, I need some advice real quick. That's fine too. But that was something that I had to revisit. And, people hold me accountable and in different ways. Not that I put everything out there, you know what I mean? But if they've seen it before and I fell off and I forgot about it, I don't mind them saying, hey, when you gonna bring this back? Or did you do this yet? Like someone hit me today and said, did you do that shirt? And I was like, no, but I'm
going to.
Do it like
it makes sense though, Nikki. It really does, because it's easy to fall off than to get back on. And just I think about that when it comes to my store. Like I have a clothing store, and it was a time where I was not doing what I had normally did, which was people were used to seeing me like regularly. So this week I committed that I was gonna at least do 3, go live 3 times. And I did. And I did. And it did make a difference because I got sales. And I had people who were like, where you been? Because people will wait on you for great information. People will wait on you, but they will hold you accountable when you don't show up, because they may text you, or I'll get a text from a customer. Where you been at? I haven't seen you. Or, even though I have an e-boutique online, they still want to see me, because that's how we started.
And you just helped me. Now I'm going to go, because I don't go live on Lovership Apparel. I need to. You just helped me.
See
how we're having this conversation, and I'm going to go do that. Not tonight, but I am going to do that. That's something I needed to get into my repertoire. But me talking about it right now, boom, now you're holding me accountable.
Yeah,
I'm going to take what I need. You're up.
I agree with all of this. I sat here and I wrote down some things, both professional and personal, that I really need to jump on. We started doing the radio and we started Our Plugs. We really got into the swing of things in January. And these last 6 months, I can't believe we've been with WKRA for 6 months. So we've been chugging along, and I'll be the first to admit it, I have neglected a lot of things. I've neglected my skincare business because I'm so busy. I do get the orders out, but I haven't promoted at all. I'm only one person,
I see that.
I know. And so I have to hold myself accountable. I have to be more intentional with getting my information out to people. I mean, I love my skincare. I started it years ago with my mom, and it was something that she and I did together. She was my model. I made skincare and hair care products for her. and her hair grew down her back, you know, and my mother took about 30 different medications a day. And even with medication, her hair continued to grow because of the vitamins that we had formulated, and that's what I use in my hair, and I sell to others. But I really need to take back time into my business as well, outside of the radio. Then there's some things for the radio that I really need to get back into, and and then personal. God knows I need to get into the gym. And I want to go swim, but it's been raining our pool didn't open until June. Yeah, June. Once the pool, no, I'm sorry, our pool opened in May.
Oh, okay.
In May. So I swam in May. The whole month of June, every time I try to swim, it's raining. And I mean, it's been raining back to back. So that's really been my excuse. It's not that I don't want to go swimming, but it has been raining. But that's still not an excuse not to go to the actual gym with the treadmill and the weights, because I could still do that.
That's mainly why when you were doing that, Nikki, I was over here typing. Kitty had put me on mute because I was over here typing. I'm taking notes, okay?
Yes.
Because when you said that, take inventory on what needs to shift, I did that without knowing I did that.
I didn't either.
I did that without knowing I did that. I did that last week. I took inventory, like, what are you doing every day that is consuming your time so much that you have not gotten yourself back in the gym, that you have not started your exercise routine the way I used to do it maybe 3 years ago? I was in the gym. I was fit. I was toned. Yeah. I was really together. And I'm saying I was doing what I needed to do, and I was improving my health. And COVID happened, or maybe 4 years ago, COVID happened and it stopped. So when I did that inventory last week, I said, okay, I got to shift some times. And I went to Kitty and I told her, I said, Saturdays we do the Wrap It Up show, but I need to shift the time. I need to move the time from 10 o'clock to maybe.
Yeah, because I called it 3 hours later after Kitty texted me.
Because I needed to get into a class in the morning and do some workout, do some aerobics, So I'm making that change, and this is what people should listen to. Look at your inventory, see what you're doing, and revise it.
Yeah, even you
switch around your time.
Yeah, you just did it too. You kind of just did it. You verbalized your inventory. You just went down your
and that's what I did without knowing that's what I was doing.
Yes, exactly. I always say, just say it out loud. Say it out loud real quick. The stuff that you know you need, and we know when we're supposed to be doing stuff.
We do.
I'll walk right by something. We're supposed to be doing it, and in those moments, I'm like, Nikki, you just gotta have a come to Jesus moment with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, Kitty, that is what I mean. And same thing Morningstar just said. That is revisiting your inventory. You did that check and just went down.
I knew exactly what you were
saying.
And
y'all, I do home workouts. I don't be in nobody gym like that. We have a gym, but no, I don't be down there.
I be in the gym. When I was in the gym, I was doing my own routine most of the time.
Okay.
I mean, I would do. I had a routine that I did, but I would enjoy sometimes going to maybe the dance class or just to fellowship with people or the spin class. That was a help mentally to be able to work with people and but. I did all that by myself. I didn't even have a trainer. I did it by myself.
And girlfriend, because
I know I can do it again.
And I'll be very transparent to say I was going through my depression when I was trying to lose the weight when we first moved to Jersey, and I think at that time maybe it was like 210, and I ran a 5K with my youngest daughter, and I'm like, okay, I got through this 5K. Nikki, you got to get this weight off. Just get the weight off, girl. You tired of it? Your knees hurt. We was walking up the steps at work one time, and somebody said, "What's that crunching sound?"
I'm not laughing at you.
But you can buy me.
Like, wait a minute now.
You can buy me. It was my knees. But so something had to happen. Something had to change. And so because I was in my depression, what depression does for you, makes you super insecure. I wasn't about to take that flabby body down there. I was like, no, I'm not going in the gym. Everybody down there is all fit. Just, telling myself all these lies.
Talk yourself out of it.
And like Morningstar created my own routine, my home routine, found some really good workouts that were really targeting stuff. And so once the first 10 pounds came off, I was like, okay, this works. So I just kept it like that. Every now and again, I do go down to the gym because I love the treadmill and the elliptical, but everything
some
else,
of the weights or something.
Yeah, everything else is in the house. I just have to get it done because I'm honest. I give myself excuses too much.
Yeah.
And my daughter will get up and go to the gym, and I'll be like, I'm about to go work out here on the floor, or I'll come down in a minute. I can't. No. You know what I mean?
I found it, and for me, I found it hard to do it at home. My concentration would get thrown off because either my daughter would be asking me. So I needed to get outside of my house.
We have to have our own time, schedule your own time to actually, this is time for me. Yes. And that time for me is so important. And this is what I used to tell my clients. If you don't do it, then who will? And that's what I have to revisit for myself. And I am the first to say, okay, look, I know what I'm capable of doing. I've trained runners. I've trained many. I had a.
Kitty, I did not know you were a trainer, girl. I should have known that because the body T. I seen it. I didn't know you were a trainer. That makes sense.
I had my own. It was called Shape Bodies Fitness. I had it for 10 years, and it was a joy. I still talk to a lot of my clients, and they've been hitting me up. Hey, we got to get together on Friday.
Get back into it.
Yeah. Not training. I'm not going to train again. What I will do is I will work out with them. I don't want to be, there's a lot of work going into training and helping others achieve their goals. I want to focus. I want to take the time to focus on myself. I'm only, I've got our plugs, and then we've got the radio, and then we've got other things happening in the background for another project for our plugs. So I don't want to spread myself thin and then shortchange people, because training people, I'm charging you and I need to be available for you. But yes, instead of me actually training, what I will do is, hey, I'm going to go run, and I'll let my team know, hey, you can meet me if you want to, but I'm not telling you guys what to do.
Yeah.
This is what I'm doing. And you can follow suit, but this is what I'm going to do. And we have a park here. It's called Herman Park, and they have a hill, and it's elevated. And on that hill, it's a hill of hell. And
ran up a hill, Kitty.
We did actual workouts on the hill.
I ain't gonna even hold you. My knees
wrong for me. She's wrong for me.
Well, I'm going to send you guys. I will share with you guys the pictures of my team. I mean, I've got 10 years worth of pictures of my team and them being on that hill. And that hill, baby, is still to this day no joke. But it is your body will love it. Your legs, your abs, you're working. Yeah. And you're not just that, it's actually making you feel better.
Yeah.
Making you feel better.
Yeah. That's so true. It's so crazy how we fight ourselves about working out when we know we're going to feel so much better after. Like, I feel the best after I work out.
The endorphins. Yes. You feel so much better after
the struggle to get up and do the workout.
Do it.
Like, it's so
now, I will say this. Let's be very transparent. The day after and 2 days after, your body's going to hate you. I tell everyone, soak in green medication.
Yours only lasts 2 days? Because mine be messed up for about a week. I'll be like, well,
no.
What is this, the hill?
I'm just talking about when you start a new workout, when you start using those muscles you haven't used in a while.
Yeah.
The soreness is real, especially the older you get. So,
and you actually want to soak your body in medicated alcohol and Epsom salt. And those soaks help. And I would suggest doing it at least 3 to 4 times a week. You need it because you especially if you're just now getting back into it. Your body's saying your body is cussing you out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Your body is cussing you out. So, you may as well get ready. And, with us drinking the water, with us, paying attention to our food intake and what we're actually consuming. And then the 14-day cleanses I say every 6 weeks. Baby, it doesn't take long, but it just takes commitment. and time, and understanding that nobody is perfect. And there may be a day where I'm like, I'm just not doing it today. And I have to be okay with that. Don't beat yourself up. We're not robots.
That's right.
And I'll tell anybody, I'm 55 years old. I may not want to. I just look like this, but I am 55. My bones will tell you, yes, she's 55. Going almost 56, 55 and a half. These bones.
Yes.
It do tell you. It says
they
tell you
will.
to sit down.
Say it the right way. Sat down.
Sat down.
Really quick.
Sat down.
Sat down.
Sat down.
I don't sit. Sat down.
Sat down.
Quick.
Oh my goodness.
But it's fun, you know. I'm so glad that we are talking about this because a lot of people actually need to hear. And we're not the only ones that's right here. We're not the only ones. I know I'm not.
Mm-mm.
And from the chat, it sounds like somebody said red wine. Priscilla, can you please stop? Ollie, we still got a good 5 minutes, so I am going to say this. Thank you, Nikki. Any last tips? You know, we do have 5 minutes, so go ahead and any more tips or anything that you want to share additionally.
Well, first of all, y'all see I'm wearing my shirt from Leverage Apparel, my her shirt.
That is so cute.
Go get you one at leverageapparel.com. This is one of our top sellers, actually. But before I go, I do want to say again, anybody looking for mental health coaching, I am not a counselor. I'm real with you. I get deep. I do more than what the counselors do, okay? All of my clients have told me that, okay? And they fired theirs. So no offense to any of the counselors. I love y'all. I respect y'all. But yeah, we need realness. So I did start my 45-minute, that starts today. My 45-minute check-ins, you guys, breakthroughs. Please book with me. They're $60. I will change your life.
And how can they book with you?
You can actually follow me on CEO Nikki. The links to everything are in my bios. So on CEO Nikki, if you just go to my bio, the links to the store.
Instagram?
Yes, on Instagram.
On social media?
Yes. So everything is in the bio, the store, the link to my calendar, you can book on there, and then we'll get you set up. And if you want a long-term coaching, you can also find me there. But before I go, I'm always going to inspire you to choose you. Choose happy. Do something good for yourself and do something good for somebody else, okay? And if it ain't a life, it doesn't matter. It's small.
And Coach Nikki is also on ourplugs, y'all.
Yes, y'all. I'm on ourplugs and Heart and Soul
Magazine. Go on ourplugs. If you go to ourplugs.com, you're going to find her on there.
Yes, you will. Yes. I think I have 2 profiles on here, y'all. I think so. One for the store and then a personal.
Okay.
But I love ourplugs. Let me shout out ourplugs real quick because I done sent this. Y'all have like all of my friends on there now. So shout out to ourplugs. I really love ourplugs. I love that platform. Thank you, ladies, for that platform. It is very resourceful. I found resources for myself that I didn't know I needed on there. So thank y'all for using that platform and allowing people to get on there for free and having the option to choose a pay plan if they want to. I did both. So definitely go on ourplugs and put your stuff on there, y'all, so people can find your businesses.
Thank you.
That's right.
We appreciate that. And, you know, the best part about you coming on, Nikki, and giving our audience these words of wisdom and encouragement to move forward is you come every single Sunday night on YouTube, Monday morning, so they can always catch you. They can see you on your social media platforms. They can see you on Our Plugs. We truly appreciate you and cannot wait to see what you come up with next week. Great show.
Thank you so much.
Everybody have a beautiful week.
You too. And be intentional and start journaling. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and start. I have my book, so I'm gonna go ahead and start.
You already got it right there. You was taking notes in it.
No, this is my outlook.
Oh, so now write something nice to yourself.
This is the show. This is for the show, but I am gonna put it in.
I need a journal. I need to buy one.
And that's another thing, you guys. With all my clients get journals from me and affirmation.
I love a good journal.
All my clients get journals from me, my book, and affirmation cards. That's what you get, and I'm on you about it. You will absolutely. If you don't love yourself now, you will when you're done with me. Okay.
No, that's right.
If you love yourself now, you'll love yourself even more when you're done with me.
Love that.
Absolutely. Any last words, Miss Morningstar?
No, you guys did a great show. Great show. Thank you for Coach Nikki. We appreciate you. And thanks to the listening audience. I see you guys over in YouTube land. We appreciate you all coming through.
Absolutely.
Thank you to the listening audience. As always, it is Monday. Go out and be great this week. And we will check in with y'all again in the morning.
Absolutely. And tomorrow we are talking to our veterans and our leaders who mentor.
Yes.
So we are going to have an awesome week. Don't let anybody get you down. Don't let anybody steal your bike. Don't let anybody come at you sideways. Enjoy this Monday. Make it happen. You guys stay safe and stay blessed. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Hey, y'all. It's DJ Kitty.
And Miss Morningstar.
We are here from Our Plugs, the Community Connection, and we will be your new morning host on WKRA 92.7 The Change.
Yes, we will be broadcasting Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time.
We'll also be streaming on YouTube at Our Plugs LLC.
Be sure to tune in.
Hey, y'all.